everyone, yes it is that time, it is I. Welcome to the Final Cut, and today we're going to take a look at the movie that everybody should be talking about, and that's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Yes, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is based off of the book with the same title, and also is a remake of the film based off of the book, the original Swedish film, which came out in 2009, which I will say on a side note must be about the quickest turnaround for a remake I've really seen in a film. Now, this time around we have Daniel Craig playing Mikael Blomqvist. I know I murdered the name, I apologize. Anyway, Mikael has just been discredited, a reporter, and he's hired by this rich family, very, very rich, very long ancestor line, to investigate a 40-year-old disappearance of one of their family members. Meanwhile, you have Lisbeth Salander, who is this unconventional punk computer whiz hacker investigator who's off the grid, who's dealing with a very sicko parole officer and her own demons, and she's the one that kind of helped investigate and discredit Mikael, and their storylines kind of converge as Mikael digs deeper into this family mystery and uncovers a lot more than what he bargained for. Folks, this was a fantastic film. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved the original film, the original Swedish film. I loved that version of the film. Now, it was a little bit slower paced than the remake, but it's a great film in its own right. The performances were great, especially by the actress who played Elizabeth Salander. Jump ahead 2 years, now we've got the 3 years, we've got the Americanized version of the film with Daniel Craig, and we've got Rooney Mara, who does a fantastic job, I think, as Elizabeth Salander, giving, that character her own, bringing her own feelings to it, but also pulling from the original movie, and I imagine from the book. David Fincher does not flinch from the source material. It is has a couple of very graphic scenes, very extreme scenes, but the way the plot plays out and the way things are set up, you can see how these things happen. They aren't just put in there for shock value, and there is a purpose, and there is some character growth because of these scenes. Something you don't really see out of movies that have like extreme scenes like this. Sometimes they put these in there just for the shock value. Not in this case. They're pulling it from the source material, and let me tell you, it is not for the young-minded, okay? Yes, it is a very strong R for a couple of the scenes in there. But everything is handled so well. But look at this cast you've got. You've got Daniel Craig, Rooney Mara, Christopher Plummer. You've got Stellan Skarsgård, who was in Thor. You've got Robin Wright is in here as well. And you've got an intricate story. A story you have to pay attention to or you may get lost. Now that may turn some people off, but let me tell you, it's been a while since we've seen an intriguing thriller like this where you actually have to pay attention of what's going on because there's just a number of threads. Now, some people might be taken aback a little bit by when they get into all the family members, okay? They get a little bit of explanation into there. But Fincher handles all this material very well. It's basically a polished version, I think, of the Swedish one. It's if they would have had a bigger budget and when they made the original Swedish film to make this one, okay? You got all kinds of things. Look for Julian Sands for a couple of bits in there. Just all kinds of things come together. David Fincher directs a film that could get slow in pace. He keeps the pace up. He keeps it moving. He keeps the film moving and the characters moving, and it gets some fantastic performances out of everybody. The only thing that was really kind of, Daniel Craig was kind of a little too suave, I mean, he's still kind of too cool looking, even though they tried to, regularize him, Markize him, make him more kind of the common guy. He's Daniel Craig, for crying out loud. Man's got, more six-pack abs than a liquor store. So, it's kind of hard to play that angle, but Rooney Mara does a fantastic job. Her performance was great, and I do hope that she's considered, because we are heading into award season, for this role that she played, because it was fantastic, as was the rest of the film. 4 stubs in my book, folks. Just as good on its own. Does respect to the original, and I think you will really enjoy it. And that'll about do it for us here at the Final Cut. Till next time, keep that ticket stuff.